What's up guys? Today we are doing an oil change on the 2019 Mazda CX-5, and while we look at everything you'll need to do this oil change yourself, I'll provide some explanation of what we'll cover in this video. I'm not a professional mechanic, but I've done dozens of oil changes in at least 5 different cars, so in this video I'll provide step-by-step guidance on how to do an oil change with some tips on what I've found helpful. A lot of this will apply to all cars, but I'll cover a lot of specific things to the 2017 and up Mazda CX-5 with a goal that someone that's never done an oil change can follow this.
So let's get right into the step-by-step guide to changing the oil in our Mazda CX-5. So the first thing we're going to do is pop the hood. And the hood latch on the CX-5, we're going to go right to the middle, slightly to the left, and we're going to push the latch to the right, lift. All right, and next we're just going to loosen our top oil filler cap, and that's just going to help vent it while the oil is draining out. And another tip, the engine is warm, so that's going to help the oil flow out faster when it's draining. Next, we're going to jack up the front of our CX-5. Now, if you're using ramps, you can skip this step. I do find this a little bit difficult. The recommended jack point for the front of the CX-5 is all the way back. So it's a little difficult to position your jack in the right place. But I'll include the diagram here and also show you where this is from the front and the side so you can get a better idea. All right, so you can't really see the jack point well from the front. So now this is the view from the driver's side. So I basically had to slide the jack under the front, then come to the driver's side, see if I'm in the right place, and then go back to the front and readjust. But this is about, I think, the right place, and you can kind of see, or right in front of the catalytic converter exhaust shield, but right behind the front plastic. And you can see a small metal lump right at that position. And then here's the view from the passenger side. From here you can see that lump that you're looking to get your jack on a little bit better. There you see it right there. All right, so then we're going to position our jack stands, one on each side behind the front wheels. And I've just jacked up to about where the front wheels are off the ground. I think that'll about give me the space I need. And we're going to position the jack stand right here between these two lumps. And now we've got those two jacks in place behind the front wheels. So I'm just going to slightly lower the jack on the front jack point so that we let the car rest on the jack stands. I am going to leave the jack in place as a backup, and the jack's not going to get in the way of our oil change, which is going to happen all over here. All right, so then let's get under the car here on the passenger side. And we see all this plastic, but fortunately we don't have to take this whole panel off to change the oil like I have to do on my Honda Fit. Instead, there's this little compartment we can loosen. So right here is going to be our oil pan drain hole and oil filter, and it's going to be held on by 2 screws and a little plastic clip thing. So for our front 2 screws, you can use a Phillips head or a 8mm socket. All right, then these 2 plastic pins in the back. we're going to want to use our flathead screwdriver and get under them, pry that. And then once that's loose, it should just pull out like that. And these are easy to break if you don't do it right. But now we got it loose and our panel slides out. And there is our oil pan drain, and we are going to loosen it with our 17mm socket. Alright, and I just broke it loose. I didn't put the oil drain pan under it yet, because just getting it loose is not going to cause any major oil to drip out, but I will get that now. Alright, so now we're going to slowly loosen that drain plug and make sure we're wearing gloves at this point, because we expect the oil to be pretty warm. And the technique I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly loosen it, but I'm going to try to go to the point where, you know, all the threads are out, but kind of still hold the plug there. So I'm kind of pushing the plug to the right towards the front of the vehicle, so it won't suddenly squirt out. Then I'll pull the plug away real fast. And the oil is going to squirt out this way, so make sure you're positioning your pan towards the back of the vehicle. And go ahead and let this drain for a few minutes to get it all out. And while we're waiting for that oil to drain, we can always take some time to go ahead and clean up the underside of our car a little bit. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and put that drain bolt back on, and I'll tighten it later, but now I'm going to try to loosen that oil filter. Slide it back just a little bit, give myself some space. Alright, and I'm just going to try to use two hands and get this loose, turning it clockwise. Alright, I've got it loose. So now make sure I slide my oil pan back under, and I still have my glove on. I'm just going to slowly loosen it, and eventually I'm going to expect some oil to start dripping down. Alright, so tips for doing this, you know, I just use my hands. Gloves helps, it gives you grip on this. You can get a tool that will, a socket tool that will grip onto this. So I'm just going to let that drip a little bit and then take that off. Then turn the oil filter upside down, drain out the oil in it. And for our new oil filter, we're just going to coat the rubber gasket with some oil. So just dip my finger in there. And now I'm going to insert the oil filter back. Alright, there we go. And I've never specifically torqued this to a certain tightness. I've always just used the tip, spin it until it makes kind of makes contact, and then spin it like 3/4 of a turn additional. This is my second time changing the oil on this car, and I didn't have any leakage problem. So it makes contact there, so I'm going to spin it half a turn. Maybe trying to get it a little bit tighter. But I think that's pretty good. And took off my glove because I didn't want to get this all slippery. Now we need to torque that. And it's recommended to torque this drain plug to 23 to 30 foot-pounds. So I do have a torque wrench for that. I do think you can kind of just get it hand tight with a reasonable length socket wrench, and you're probably good. Let's see. I can't get this on because that's too close. So I guess I'm just gonna estimate. All right, so now we're gonna re-add the oil from the top of the engine, and I'm actually gonna do this before I reinstall the little cover, just so I can kind of inspect that no oil is leaking or anything. So we're just gonna use a funnel, and the amount of oil that the 2.5 liter takes is 4.8 quarts or 4.5 liters, but I'm probably going to go to about 4 quarts and then check the level. And after we've added a little bit, it's a good idea to just check under the car. Make sure you don't have like a massive leak. The reason why I don't just go add 4.8 quarts is we don't really know if I really drained out all the oil. Likely, a small amount didn't get drained out. Okay, so now I've added about 4.5 quarts, and the oil is starting to show up on the dipstick. So at this point, this is what I like to do. I'm gonna actually put the oil cap back on. Run the car for about 15 seconds and just make sure that I don't have any leaks. All right, so it looks like we're good. So now I'm gonna put that plastic cover back on, lower the car off the jacks, and then top off the oil. Push the base of the pin in first, then push the top part in. That's how you make sure you don't break these things. So don't push it in like this. Make sure you pull that top part out like this. Now position it in there. Push the base in, then push the top. Now our 2 screws. And these screw into like little metal clips in there. So you're going to want to make sure that metal clip is not dispositioned. Now to lower the car off the jack stands, first we're going to lift it a little bit again. And then let down. Alright, we're almost done. Now that we're completely on flat ground, I'm going to top off the oil. And another note about running the car for like 15 seconds or something, that helps the oil circulate through the engine and sometimes kind of get into the oil filter, so that'll sometimes kind of lower the level. But in the case of this engine, because the oil filter is positioned straight upside down, I don't think there's going to be a big difference there. The oil's right about in the middle of the two, which is about right. I'm just gonna top it off a little bit more, just so it's right under the high. And finally, I'm gonna reset the maintenance reminder, the warning that you see show up here when you start the car. And to do that, I'm going to go to Applications, Vehicle Status Monitor, Maintenance, and I'm going to go ahead and reset the oil change and the scheduled. So oil change, I'm going to reset since I just changed the oil. And then I'm going to reset the schedule of maintenance as well.
Finally, I'd just like to take a short test drive, check the oil level again, and make sure we don't have any leaks. And that's it. Hope this helped. If you have any questions, post a comment and subscribe if you want to see more CX5 videos.